Tell him that. Well, I want to ask, how much would it hurt your feelings of your girlfriend? You've been with your partners for a long time, long enough. If they were just like the whole time, you've had a pretty rank over.
That would worry me.
That
It would
like,
bum
fuck.
me out, but I'm also like, kind of like we were talking about before. I'm also like with the parents thing. There's a little bit of me that's kind of dead inside that would just digest. You know what I mean? Like,
Nice.
hey, I didn't have the. Well, I mean, like, I would just. I'm. Here's what I'm almost to a fault. I'm quick to be like, if she was like, hey, I'm sorry, it made me feel bad to say it, and I was worried you'd take it the wrong way, but since we started dating, the way you smell is always kind of like throwing me off.
Yeah.
Like, I would be very quick to be like, you know what, I get, like,
Yeah.
she was in a new relationship, she let it go too long.
Yeah.
After a year, it's tough to say. For 2 years, you're used to it. By 3 years, you're comfortable enough to be like, this is how I feel. All right, I get it. I would be very quick.
Yeah.
You know, I'd probably give her a little shit. I'd be like, you didn't tell me for 3 years?
Yeah.
Just because I know I could hold it over her head and I'd have some fun with
there
that.
you go. Yeah.
And then I'd be very quick to let it go and be like, come on. All right, no, I get it. Sorry about that.
I was actually in a sort of. Well, I guess one thing about the smell is presumably you can't just fix the smell easily. So
Yes.
that's good. But I had this thing with the woman I was seeing. We weren't like boyfriend, girlfriend, but sleeping together for like 4 or 5 months. And whenever she would do oral sex on me, her teeth would scrape just a little bit. And I just didn't tell her the first time. And then
Just
I didn't
peeling
tell her
that
the
carrot.
second time.
Yeah.
And then it was months in, and I eventually moved to Chicago from Minneapolis. But
How much it stung.
I just never. I didn't want to say you've been giving. I hate your blowjobs, and I always have.
Yeah, that's tough if you've accepted it for too long and
Yeah.
haven't made a statement.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Let's see. I'm going to move on to our next one. Got a good one. This girl I've been on a couple dates with is getting flown out of town for work to attend a Trump rally. She said I could fly out and stay with her, no charge. I'm not a fan of Trump or these rallies, but I'm a huge fan of getting laid. What do I do here? Love, David. So,
Well, David.
girl, couple dates with, flown out of town for work for a Trump rally. He could come, but he doesn't like Trump.
Was her work pro-Trump?
That's
I'm
what's
guessing.
interesting. Is
I guess that's implied if he's worried about seeming like he likes Trump.
Yeah, it seems strange for your work to take a political stance unless they're in politics.
Yeah, it's got to be. She either has to be pro or anti-Trump, and if he's writing in, I'm guessing she's pro-Trump.
I mean, if you're asking me, I don't know about you guys, but I would 1,000% go because I would be very interested. You could probably get a good 5-10 minutes of stand-up out of going to a Trump rally.
Or go
You know?
and don't go to the rally.
Yeah.
Just be like, hey, babe, I love you, but I'm not into politics. Like,
Yeah.
I'd love to go see the city, but like while you're covering the rally, you go do that, and I'll just go to a coffee shop.
Well, I've never been to anything like that, so I would love to do that. It's free.
Yeah.
Like, I would definitely go.
Political rally.
Yeah.
I saw Obama under the arch, dude. Before they fucking,
Killed him?
he won, before they assassinated him.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
was there no clear shot? What happened?
Martin
it was,
Luther Bomber.
dude, it was crazy. There was 100,000 people. It was fucking nuts.
Yeah, that's
That was
wild.
Steve was hanging
Change.
out on this cool grassy knoll with a picnic
I
blanket.
was like, yo, change is coming, man.
yeah.
I went to go see
Everyone was
Colbert
fired
and
up.
Shane.
John Stewart's rally to restore sanity. Do you remember that?
Oh, did he have rallies for that?
It was
Is that
the
what that
rally to
was?
restore sanity on the mall in D.C.
No shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's cool.
Took a train up there. Woke up at like 4:30 with a buddy of mine to take Amtrak to D.C. to
Wow.
watch the Colbert and Stewart rally. They
That's
did some
sick. From where'd
comedy
you take the
That
Amtrak
is sick.
from Cary, North Carolina.
Well, how long does
Yeah.
that take?
It might have been a bus, actually. I can't remember. There might have been a bus leaving. I don't remember. It was
Like 4 hours?
4 or 5 hours, something
Okay.
like that. So we left at like 4 in the morning, got there, found a spot on the lawn. Fuck, I haven't thought about this in forever.
That's not as
They
far
did
as I
some-
thought you were going to say.
Some comedy stuff. Then they had musical acts come out. Cat Stevens came out.
Nice.
I'm trying to remember who else was there.
Cat Stevens rocks.
This was back when Stewart and Colbert were like at the top of their game.
Yeah.
Not now. We're still recording?
Yeah, I think I would just go.
Yeah.
I think I
just
would
go.
just go.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, just don't go. If you really are like way anti-Trump, just don't go to the rally and go on the trip.
Well, I guess I also morally, I don't personally feel like attending a Trump rally for me would necessarily be a bad thing. There's always the argument that you're like part of it. I mean, if it's against your morals that you're part of it, you're contributing. But I sort of feel like it's something that big. Realistically, it's like stealing from a convenience store. It's like sort of wrong, but are you making a difference? You know?
Yeah. Also, if you're not
shooting the
paying,
cashier.
if you're not paying, and I'm somebody who really I'm OCD when it comes to moral implications or whatever. Where I'm like, I'll be like, and I wouldn't overthink a Trump rally because I don't think going to a Biden rally is scoring you moral points. You know what I mean? I'm not.
No.
Like. So I would say if I was going to put myself in this person's shoes, let's say that they're like, a young Jewish teen that fucked Harry a long time ago, and they're very anti-Trump,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, you're like, I hate this guy, and anything that has to do with him disrupts my moral compass.
Yeah.
If you're going for free, the only part of what you're doing that would be arguably against your morals would be like, if my filling up a seat makes it look on camera like there was more people in the rally than there were, and that entices somebody to vote for, like, I would say, and that's me playing devil's advocate for the person.
Yeah.
If you're not paying, you're a blip on the radar, if that.
Right.
So I would say go on the trip and don't go to the rally, or if you're interested, or if going to the rally is a prerequisite for the trip, go and just fuck the lady if you like her.
Also, why don't you just wait for her to come back? If it is a moral quandary, just wait for her to come back.
That's a great point that we haven't considered. She's not breaking up with you for not going.
How bad do you need to get laid? Just you've already had a couple dates.
That's awesome.
Also,
it's 2 dates in, and you're like, do I go to D.C. with her?
Also, is this woman insane? Do you want to stay with her? You've had a few dates with her, and number one, she's flying you across the country or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, is it going really well? Is
her work
she nuts?
bringing you?
Yeah. Like, what is going on? Are you safe?
Yeah.
Just wait.
What do you do, Steve?
I go and support Trump.
Steve's like, win.
Yeah, I'm
Trump rally. I'm like, there's probably good food there, nice people.
That's true.
No,
Good-
I don't
good
know. I
speeches.
think he's first of all overthinking it. It's a new relationship. He said he's worried about like his work implications of him going. Like, why is he worried about going?
That's what
He just says he's not a fan.
So yeah, it's just like then don't go. Either
Don't go, or
either go and don't
cares?
go to the rally, or just don't go.
I went to see Metallica. I'm not a Metallica fan. It was fun though.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Not
this
bad.
might be the best example we have of a question sounding important and not being of substance.
I would go even if I hated her and I was going to break up with her. I would really be interested to see. I've never been to a political rally, let alone a Trump rally. It sounds
What if it turned you?
fascinating. I know. Well, when I was when I went to like Black Lives Matter stuff, I started being like, "Wow, are my roommates people?" No. But when you're in a crowd, you really get caught up in the emotion.
Yeah.
You know, and so I could see myself having fun and being like, "Woo."
Oh.
Woo! 4 more.
4 more.
Yeah, 4 more. Okay.
I mean, as long as I'm here, 8 more years.
8 more
Eating
years.
a
Yeah,
gigantic red cotton candy and a Make America Great Again hat.
But you could be, I was just trying to get pussy. You know?
He gets too drunk at the Trump rally, can't fuck.
That's tragic.
I say rent an RV and go down there.
Yeah.
Drive an RV down.
Yeah, follow him like the Grateful Dead. Yeah.
The Grateful Red.
Yeah, there
I
we
was
go.
in- I was in
Encyclopedia
Springfield.
Grateful Red.
I was in Springfield. I got caught into a Trump parade.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Me and another comic were down there. We went to the Bass Pro Shops. It's like the headquarters.
Yeah, the pyramid.
I think so. I don't know. I think it's like the Bass Pro Shops.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But also reconsider, there was so much confusion about Trump's level of actual support. If you go to a rally, you might actually figure out, if you're really against him, It's a fact-finding mission. Figure out what's really going on. in
Yeah.
America.
there
Yeah.
you go.
Are these things populated? Are these things like huge, like he wants you to believe, or is no one going like the New York Times wants you to believe? You know, what's the real story? Be a liberal hero. You know, be a mole, a Trump
Yeah.
mole.
Wait, so what happened in this parade?
We got sucked in. It was literally like it was
You got
peak
sucked.
COVID.
Stingray.
Yes, right. Didgeridoo.
It was like peak COVID Trump
Yeah.
situations, and then it was like all these pickup trucks with flags, and we were like pulling out of Bass Pro
And
At
then
the
you're
same
just in
time?
the parade
in the parade.
Were
And
you
we just got
honking? Waving.
yeah.
You
it was
catch a
pretty
wave?
awesome. I was like, this is. I mean, nothing bad was happening, but it was funny to be totally like we had no agenda.
Yeah.
We just immediately.
I don't
got-
mean it. I don't mean it. I don't mean it.
got immediately absorbed into like this huge political movement.
Into the
That's wild.
amoeba.
Yeah.
Go on the trip. I say go on the
Accidentally
trip.
voted. Yeah, I'd say go.
Check it out.
As
Yeah.
a comedian, or
How
a
hot is
writer,
this
yeah.
woman? How much do you love her?
That's another
Yeah.
thing.
Will
Is this
you
a make or
change and
break?
become Republican?
Is this
Yeah.
a make or break? Yeah.
Yeah.
She might be rich.
Here's the thing.
Once you have to meet her dad and find out that he's a very wealthy Republican.
Yeah.
Another good reason. Oh, should we shut Nick's mic off? I guess it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah.
Another good reason would be if you're just starting to date this person, you're trying to figure out what the what is he? He's
I got it.
perfect. Then you got a real chance to figure out what you like about her. Or don't like
People-
about her.
I mean, are you
like
guys
you'll
political?
learn something. Like if her job is too pro Trump and she's gonna travel and this is gonna be something you have to get used to and you go and you hate this, well then you learn something.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of reasons to go and vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The most important thing is vote.
Is show your support.
Yeah.
For Donnie.
For Donnie. The Don.
The Don. Well, we got one more. Or should we go to number 4?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I would say go 100%. I'm actually excited. I wish I had that opportunity. Like, that sounds fascinating.
I had to break through. You can go to a Trump rally if you want to.
Yeah, I
You
can
have
buy
the
tickets.
opportunity.
I can buy tickets. All right. Question number 4. Sort of a nice general question. Not exactly advice. Guess I'm too late for the question. Wrong. It's on the pod. But if I wasn't, you have 24 hours to live. What are you doing with it? Trump rally.
Fuck, I had a joke for Nick for this question
Oh, okay.
because it came to the Instagram account, and I had a Nick joke, which was going to be because Nick's a degenerate gambler. So I was going to say if Nick had 24 hours to live, fuck, I wish he was still here. If Nick had
Yeah, we all
24
miss
hours
you,
to live,
Nick.
he would go up to a bunch of people and be like, I bet you I die in the next 24 hours.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I like that.
Make him win it. God damn it.
I just read Norm Macdonald's book, who's also a degenerate gambler, and it's a whole fictionalized memoir about him
Yeah.
gambling his life away. Literally.
Gambling is awesome, though.
Gambling is pretty cool. I'm so glad. I'm a very addictive person. That's why I have not been vaping the whole thing. So gambling, I just could. It would destroy me. I know. I get too much of a rush, so I just,
I think it's a money thing. It's like Coke. Like, to really be addicted to gambling, you need money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you could become a fucking addicted to gambling when you're pulling in some dough.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what is life?
Yeah.
And then you're like, you're just riding the tables.
Yeah, Norm says, like, you're not addicted to winning. You're addicted to that moment, like you're playing craps or something, where the dice are still, like, tumbling on the table, and you don't know how they're going to turn. And you're addicted to that moment and all of the excitement and tension. So it's not the winning. The winning's good or whatever, but and that's how people lose everything, because they
Yeah.
just
I've heard
keep
they're
wanting
addicted
that
to
moment.
losing.
Maybe.
Gambling addicts, they say they're addicted to losing.
Really?
Well, it's
Really?
almost
Feel
like it might be
clean.
the winning, the losing, and everything in between.
Yeah. And the hookers and the stingrays and
The ups, the downs, the colors, the thrills.
24 hours to live. What would I do? I guess I'd probably call a lot of people, but I'd probably get sick of that after a while.
I'd buy a pack of cigarettes.
Would you make an Instagram post? Would you be like, I'm going to die?
No.
No.
Absolutely
I feel like
not.
that would
Those
a lot of annoying
fucking
people.
fucks on Instagram do not deserve to know I'm
Yeah.
going to die.
Can I do a show tonight? I
I'd
would
buy-
probably
I'd-
try to do a TIG show.
I would immediately buy a 30-pack of booze, of alcohol. I'd buy
Really?
cans.
Yeah.
And ice down a cooler.
That's
AM.
interesting.
You die drunk? You 24 hours.
I'm just saying. I'm just getting stuff ready.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of if I knew I
I'm
was.
icing down 30 beers. We're talking first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Waking up at 6 or 7. They
Yeah,
tell you
yeah,
got
yeah.
24 hours to live.
I might not sleep the night before, just to soak it all in.
Oh yeah, no sleep. You oversleep.
Well, you
your
don't know
last-
it's coming.
I think you have to for this.
No, you wake up at
For the
8
question,
a.m.
if I don't know it's coming,
Yeah.
then,
No, I'm saying-
then I wake up tomorrow, I go to work,
got
and
12
I get hit
hours
by
I
a
don't
bus.
mean that
say.
it's not like
Yeah.
you will die in 7 days and you'll have 20. Like,
I think it's like right now you have 24 hours.
Yeah,
It starts
starting
now.
now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you go home and sleep and then?
I would
No,
not.
hell
sleep.
No. Yeah.
no, I might buy Coke so that I don't.
Don't sleep.
I
Don't
think
sleep.
I'd do some, but it would suck to be hungover at the end of it. You got to sort of time.
Yeah,
it
I wouldn't-
right.
I wouldn't-
You
I
got to
wouldn't-
keep doing coke.
24 hours, you could do plenty of drugs to where you're good by the end.
I'm low. I'm a lightweight. I couldn't do that much.
Yeah, I'd probably buy a bottle of whiskey. Why not? Fuck it. Fuck it.
Even if you don't drink it, you just have it with you.
You're gonna die. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah.
I know
yeah.
what I think. I know exactly what I would do, and it's a bummer. Like the serious
Should you
answer.
kill yourself?
I would.
Podcast.
20 minutes in.
There's like a hike in this is kind of gay, but in Norway that I did with a little lake
Yeah.
at the top. That was very peaceful. I think I would go home. I'd say bye to my girl. I'd tell her. I'd be like, I know I'm gonna die. I don't want anybody there. I don't want to deal with anybody else's
Yeah.
emotions or whatever.
You would leave her and go.
I wouldn't leave her, but I would say I would spend a couple hours with her and be like, I'm at it. And then after this, I'm out. But like, I want to spend some time with you. I don't want to make you go through the me dying thing.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
And so I would be like, I'd spend some time with her. I'd go get on a plane, go back from there to North Carolina, see fam and friends, whatever. Go from there to, there might be a layover in New York. Maybe I'll hit a mic. I don't know.
This is a
Go-
long 24 hours you're planning
Yeah,
for.
you know.
You're getting to Norway?
Yeah, so that's going to be like a 6 hour. So most
I
of the
kinda
time.
like the trip thing. That's interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
most of the
yeah.
time is going to be on flight, which
Yeah.
is kind of a bummer because you're not living to the fullest. But I like it because it schedules your remaining
Yeah.
time.
That is kind of a nightmare, though. Are
Yeah.
you gonna have to go through all the traditional? You better hope you have TSA pre-check.
I would try to find a private
well,
jet.
here's the thing:
I
if
bet I
I'm
could.
going like, you know
I
what
mean,
I
if
mean,
they're
I'll
like-
buy first class,
Yeah.
probably.
You're gonna die that day, and then you're taking your shoes off to go through TSA. I mean, that's rough.
Yeah,
Flight
but if
gets
you know
delayed.
what's at the end of it, it's almost like regular life.
Yeah.
I know that
It
it all
is. It is
it all
regular
ends in
life,
dying,
yeah.
and I still
This
fly
is
places.
Nonsense.
No, it's
Yeah.
not
Keep
that
going.
bad.
I like it.
I might land in other countries in Europe to see people that I know. I got an aunt and uncle in France. I got friends
You got
in
24 hours.
England.
No way you can stop in the other
Yeah,
countries.
this is madness. What you're saying?
No
right now.
way.
No, yeah, you totally can.
24 hours.
Yes.
Even if you leave right now.
If
I
I
don't
leave
know.
right now, yes. Yeah.
You're not making it to the hilltop.
You're not
I
making
Yes,
don't
one
you
know.
can.
pit stop, dude.
Yeah.
You might make it to your final destination in
The
24 hours.
flights once you're in the EU are
It takes
$20
7 hours to
in 20
get there.
minutes. Yeah.
8 hours.
So all right, so let's do the
9
math.
hours,
let's
maybe?
let's do the math.
Let's say direct flight.
I go from here home, spend an hour with the girlfriend. It was 2 hours.
2 hours.
I fly from here to North Carolina and see the family. That's 3 hour flight, an hour with the family.
You're not 3-hour flight. How much is the drive to the airport?
All right,
The
we'll add an extra
TSA?
hour.
You got to get to the airport early. I mean, they don't know you're dying.
That's fair.
You got to go through everything.
All right.
I would say it's been 7 or 8 hours by the time you get on the flight to Norway.
to Norway.
To Norway from
Okay.
home.
All right.
So it's been 8 hours.
So 7 hour flight. Let's even say 10. I'll give
Okay.
it more than that. Let's say it's been 10 hours. 7 hour flight to Norway. It's been 17 hours. How much time do I have left?
You got 7 hours.
7 hours left. I'll give it 3 hours to get to Stavanger, Norway. I got 4 hours left.
Yep.
Ferry, hour. Hike, 2 hours.
It's way
Okay.
too much. You will not make
I
it.
think
Who
you'd
gives
make-
a fuck? I'm dying. If I
Wait.
die on the hike, it's not that big of a deal.
No, I'm saying you won't get to the hike.
That would be funny if I'm just like on the ferry with all my bags
Yeah.
and I'm actually going on a hike because
I know, because what I think is if you stopped in Paris, you'd be at De Gaulle looking for your dumb family who can't find you, and then you fall over dead. But if you go right to Norway, I think you can make it.
All right. Let's take visiting family out.
Yeah. I don't even know if I'd call my mom. I think I would. I would also probably want. I don't know. Would I want people there?
I wouldn't want. I'd go there.
Would I let
solo.
people be there? I mean, that's the real question because they
No.
probably want to be.
People would want to be, and I wouldn't.
I would probably want to just
I couldn't
do
stop
an hour
them.
of stand up and see what happens. Just bomb my dick off.
At some point in the day, what time of the part of the day of the 24 hours? Regular stand-up time?
Yeah, regular stand up time, 9 o'clock. I asked to have headline zanies. Brian
No.
Hicks doesn't let me. And then I go to the Red Room open mic.
The darkness is I'm pursuing stand up with every fiber of my being right now, and if I
Yeah.
knew I was going to die in 24 hours, it wouldn't matter to me at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what's kind of sad about it is I'm pursuing something that's
right.
as soon as life and death comes into the balance, I don't factor it into the decision at all, which is a bummer. But it's not for lack of love of stand up. It's just for what I want my last 24 hours to be.
Yeah, you're talking about a life here.
Yeah. It has nothing to do with the love for stand up or the respect for the art form or whatever. If you told me I had 60 years, I'd keep doing stand up like I am now.
Yeah.
If you told me I had 24 hours,
Because you got a lot to squeeze in there.
yeah.
I don't know if I'd even go anywhere. I can't even think of a place. I mean, I can think of a couple places, but I think I'd be so anxious about getting there. I think I'd rather just go to any park. Maybe get out of Chicago a couple hours somewhere in the woods, but I'm not going all the way home.
I've had a real fantasy about just wanting my body to be left in the woods. I don't want to get buried.
You can have that.
You
do,
can?
Do you know about body farms?
Yes, I just listened to a thing about that last night.
Tree or compost
You
or
can
something?
do that.
For police stations, they do body farms where you can volunteer your body to be left out so police can study decomposition.
No way. That's
Yeah.
freaky.
Yeah.
I was just looking at these. There's a lot of good ones. You can be mummified. There is diamond synthesis, where your ashes can be compounded into a coal-shaped thing and then into a sort of diamond.
Yeah.
You can be they're trying to do one where they make some weird acid that just turns you into a goo immediately, but I don't think it's done.
Your kids can press you against
Yeah.
the Sunday funnies.
Yeah.
Like silly putty and get an imprinted
yeah.
Dilbert.
There's sky burial that people in Tibet and Native Americans do.
Yeah.
Have you heard
Rogan
about
talked
that?
about that. Yeah.
Where they just they put you on the top of a mountain in a little sort of box type thing, and then vultures eat you, animals eat you.
Yeah. I like the woods. I
Go
want the
space.
moss.
Go to space. Glenn Roddenberry, creator of Star Trek, is in space. He was blasted up there. First
That's
guy
pretty
buried
sick.
in space.
It's about
Yeah.
900,000 gallons of gas to
It's very wasteful.
launch your nuts up there.
It takes
Wow.
40 gallons of gas to cremate you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to just be left out in the woods for moss and mushrooms and
Edward
shit.
Abbey. Have you ever heard of that guy? He's like a naturalist for the American West, author character or whatever.
That's cool.
I think he did that. I think they threw him out in the middle of the
Yeah.
desert somewhere.
Yeah, lose my body in the files somewhere, and just roll me down a hill. I would like
That's
to
fine.
swim out in that little pond in Norway up on the mountain.
I want a gigantic.
Right when
mausoleum.
I can see the countdown, too, because I don't want whatever. And then I'll just sink down to the bottom of that pond.
I want, if someone wants, it's got to be someone I like, but there'll be a list of people that he can have my skull. I'll give my friend Gabby my skull.
Yeah.
I wish I had my father's
Are you
skull.
allowed to just donate your skull to another person?
You can. That's a good question because I'm not even. When I got my wisdom teeth out, I wasn't even allowed to keep my teeth. But you. Can,
I have teeth that I got removed.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know but
I
you're
gotta-
allowed to keep ashes. So can you not keep a skull?
The
it's
skull
what-
is just ashes that haven't been burned yet.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I could find a way to get my skull to a good friend.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. I got people.
Yeah, somebody out there would
I got
help.
people with steak knives. And a powerful oven.
I'd probably
Yeah.
barbecue.
Barbecue?
Probably barbecue. Possibly play golf.
That's what
That's fun.
I would have a little small party about 12 hours in, just to give everyone enough time to get there.
Yeah.
Have a little party. I'm not going to rage out.
You
but
telling people?
Yeah, I'll tell. But I'll be like, this is it.
Yeah.
We're going to have a 2
You're going to do a
4-hour
no pussies
window.
rule? Because you don't want people showing up crying. Or are
Yeah,
you going to
can
let
cry.
people?
What are you
Okay.
wearing
I
to
want
the
people
party?
to cry. I want to see how sad they are.
Okay.
What are
You
you
know?
gonna wear?
What am I gonna wear? Probably all black, just to look fucking dark. Maybe a suit, nice suit.
I'm wearing all sentimental stuff.
Maybe naked, cock out. You know, you can't fucking tell me what to do.
That's funny.
Like, I got 24 hours left. This is
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
dealing with.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear
Bathroom.
like my a pair of jeans that I've like had since I moved to Chicago, like the one that where I
Yeah.
like had a good first set and on stage. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and a T-shirt that I've had since college or high school. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wear that, and I'll probably bring a pair of swim trunks.
Wear this ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be. What would you wear?
You masturbate?
I'd probably get anxious and whack off. I mean,
I would definitely
I
whack
think
off.
I'd like to.
You'd
fuck.
whack?
I
You
think-
wouldn't go for the fuck?
Oh, I'd do both. I'm coming.
I
Final
think,
24, I'm busting 4
I
nuts.
think I'd
Yeah.
probably cheat. I think I would probably see what I could get away with. I would
At
probably
that point,
try to
here's
fuck.
a question. Here's a real question. Is it cheating if you know there's 40?
Yeah,
24 hours?
100%.
Yeah, it's cheating.
it's like
Yeah.
it's regular life.
Actually, here's what I'm going to say. I'm
You
going to go
break
the other
up,
way
yeah.
because I'm going to have I'm going to have that initial instinct, which is that I'm about to die. I should go to all my exes, all the girls I ever had a crush on, and just be like. But here's
Will
the
you suck
thing.
my
This is
dick?
what I'm going to
Yeah.
say. I'm going to say, as soon as I have that instinct, I'm going to shelf it. I'm going to say, you only have to not cheat for 24 more hours to die on top.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, it'd be a stronger.
I would
Yeah.
try to fuck all my coworkers. I
Yeah.
would definitely just see.
Yeah,
who's
yeah,
going.
yeah.
I don't know, just give 2 hours, just try to see if I can do some kind of reverse gangbang kind of thing.
Just take a couple swings.
Just feel
Yeah.
really bad at myself at the end, you know?
I don't think I'm gonna feel. I think I'm gonna be either so anxious that it's borderline
Yeah.
like I'm like non-functional, or it's gonna be such a relaxing, like, you know, floating on my back in that goddamn lake. It's a nice little lake.
I'd try to get a motorcycle for the day or a Polaris slingshot.
That'd be so funny to get a motorcycle crash and die 2 hours in.
Yeah.
Into your 24 hours.
Yeah.
How about a note? I'm
You-
definitely writing a note. Really flowery. All the philosophy I have to remember. Really bullshit, you know?
I
Something
might-
you can get
Yeah,
tattooed on you.
I
Yeah.
don't want to go. I'm not just trying to go opposite on everything, but I might because I have that deep feeling of stuff that I learned is important and I want to share it. And I try too much during the day to like force it into conversation and tell my girlfriend, tell my friends.
Yeah.
I might just be like, man, that was just for me. That was just me.
Mm.
And just be like, you know what? That's enough. It's enough that I had those thoughts and feelings. I don't have to force them on somebody
Oh,
else.
not put the note out, you're saying?
Yeah. Or not try and impart anything.
Well, you'd be in a fucking Southwest terminal.
Yeah.
Get on a fucking airplane.
Yeah, you're making a Google
The guy's
Doc.
just being like, the guy's looking at me. He's like, I don't know what you want. I can't get you to Norway.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, have you ever
It's
thought
hailing. There's hail outside. I don't control the weather.
Look, you're not mad at me. You're mad at the tower in Stavanger. All right?
Yeah.
They're the people who aren't clearing me for this.
The next day, I was like, did Eric leave a note? It's like, no, he said nothing left you wanted to say. And then it like flashback to you on the plane watching 30 Rock for 8 hours. No time.
I'm looking at my watch is beeping as it counts down. It goes, folks, we're gonna have to push back takeoff about 2 hours here. We got some bad rain over here at Terminal 2.
Get to the top.
We're looking to get you to Norway as quick as we can, but we're gonna have to taxi back over to the gate.
A white terrorist keeps on saying he'll be dead by the end of the flight, so we had to deplane.
But here's the thing. I think if I know that I'm gonna die in 24 hours,
Yeah.
I know that I don't want a bunch of people around me when I die, and I know that I would like to die at this specific location. If I get on the plane, the delays happen. It's looking like I'm going to die in the
Yeah.
air somewhere over the North
Looking
Atlantic.
Like I might go in international waters.
I think I'm just going to be like, I think I'll just be kicked back on the plane, ordering Jack Daniels,
Yeah.
and just be. I think I'll be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, it didn't work out. That's okay. I said bye to the people I want to say bye to. I'm not going to make it to the pond, but it's okay. I'm happy.
You just take a slow slip off of a fucking Jack Daniels as the marbles jiggle. You just grab the
Fuck.
chick next to you's tit and just stare out the window.
I just go,
Shh, 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 I'm
Hey.
dying. Shh, shh, shh. Yeah.
check this out.
Yeah. I'm
She goes,
fuck-
oh my God. And I go, you think this is scary?
Yeah.
Countdown from 25. And start counting backwards
Yeah.
from 25.
It was like you're like, wait, I can't get hard. Let me read. I got my blue chew from John Silman.
You think this is bad? Give it 49 seconds. You're gonna be pretty distraught.
Oh fuck!
Me grabbing your tit's gonna be the second worst thing that happened on this flight.
There's Alfredo sauce dripping down my chin.
Let's take a long.
You just look at her. You're like, I wish they were bigger, and then
You
you
just go,
fucking die
"Yeah,
with your
yeah."
tit rigor mortis on her hand.
You go like, and she goes, "Hey," and you go, "Not that impressive."
Yeah. You're like, not today, and she's like, what? I need this.
That's very fun. Actually, I mean, thinking about the funny things you could do stuck on a plane when you know you're gonna die is that it's almost worth not making it to your final destination.
Right.
I would find the most expensive like tasting menu or the shittiest buffet in Chicago if I woke up here and be like, gotta eat.
I might go to a 5-star restaurant and start racking up the tab, and then when I die, hand the busboy my Venmo credit card and go, "It's $3,000 spending limit on that. Have fun."
Yeah, I don't know if I'm barbecuing. I think
I'm
going to a
ripping
restaurant.
lines off the table. I'm fucking eating Adderall like Tic Tacs. Like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna be jacked, ready for this steak.
Here's the thing: I don't want to be super aware with the Adderall and the Coke. I kind of want people not to think that I just OD'd.
yeah. He just said he was gonna die, and then his heart exploded. So I guess he was right. Seems like suicide.
Yeah. It's a fucking nice lake. I hope I could find it.
And then like 24 hours later, you just don't die, and you're like, I guess a lady on the bus
Fuck.
didn't just say that to me. Like, how did?
Holy shit! It was just a podcast question.
Yeah, I thought she was a witch, but she was just homeless.
I fucked my friend's mom.
I fucked all my coworkers while they were asleep.
I broke up with my new girlfriend and fucked the dishwasher and a stingray.
I came in 400 little cups at the sperm bank.
It ties everything together.
I tried to fuck the petting tank at the zoo.
That's very funny. But I guess if we all know, what stops us from, that's probably too much to get into. We've been going for an hour and 20 minutes.
It does make me think, like, I should be doing more stand-up.
Yeah.
It still does. Come
Yeah, if
back
part
to
of your
me.
inclination in the last 24 hours was, fuck, I gotta hit it.
Yeah, dude, I would love to
Yeah.
just do an hour-long show. No one comes up, the show's canceled.
Yeah.
But I would just love to see what happens. You know?
I would have a great time. I think I would have a very, if I knew I was going to die, I
Yeah.
think I might be able to put out a crowd work special that's like
That would be
generation
cool.
defining.
A dying special.
Where
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you're like, you know.
Fuck Tig, she lived. You know?
Yeah. I think there'd be an element where you're like, dude, the questions would be, because people have,
I think it
Yeah,
would be
that's
like, what
interesting.
are we doing here?
yeah, where I'd be like,
What do you, young lady? You think about dying?
yeah. I think I would just grab and I've thought about doing this on stage recently, so if you guys see this in the act, it's not just, I'm not doing it just because of this bit, but I've really thought about just being on stage and grabbing couples by the shoulder. Just get her certified nursing registration. Stop trying to make the band work. Just cut it out. I'm trying to live my dream, and it's barely worth it. Whatever you guys are doing, stop doing it.
Yeah.
She's a nurse. You're a mechanic. It's fine. Stop asking so many questions. I think that would be my last 24-hour crowd work special, with me just going
Attacking
up to
people.
and being like,
Give
stop
up.
fucking around. No, it's not give up. It's get to the next level.
Yeah.
Accept it and transcend.
Yeah.
I might just shit in like a Walgreens or something.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just do something crazy.
Yeah.
Like shit off of something high up.
I would like to do a bunch of illegal shit. See if maybe a car chase.
You know, would you steal something? Just to be like,
I'd
would
fucking. Well, the only reason I would steal is to get arrested, and then I spend it in jail being molested.
Yeah.
You know?
and
Although
you can't
that's
be-
not a bad way to go out. A guy's fucking your ass and you die.
Yeah. That.
And then you go, how do you like it?
Joke's on
yeah,
you.
it's my threesome that I had. Yeah.
Joke's on you. Look at this scenario now.
Yeah.
This is not
Hey, you think
good.
that feels good on your dick now? How about you start counting back from 25?
Yeah. Buddy, I'm going to die and you're going to be charged with cock slaughter. So
Cock slaughter.
why don't you rein
It's
it
a good name
in,
for a
buddy?
band.
Yeah.
Cock
That's-
slaughter?
That's the band that you shouldn't give up, cock slaughter.
You can't be. You're about to die, so you almost have to be ethically sound. Though you can't be stealing.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was your comment brought up my question, which is, do you believe in heaven? Are you trying to, like, is there any reason not to just go fuck like crazy and rape and pillage and murder?
I don't want to hurt people except for cheating on my girl. Also, quick sidebar: being in this cafe where no one is in it,
Yeah.
it's just talking in this podcast that's been going on for hours. It does sort of feel like I've already died, and this might be purgatory.
God's waiting to see if the podcast gets you into heaven.
It turns out
we
there
never
never
made it out of
was
the
an
Chinese
audience.
fire drill. Yeah.
They were dead the whole time.
And the recorder was never on. But heaven,
Wait, hold on.
It's the ice maker.
yeah, it's
That's an
it's
ice
good.
maker. Okay, I
Yeah,
thought somebody
no,
was trying the back door.
I've heard that a few times. We are gonna die. Yeah.
Adam just comes in to open the coffee shop tomorrow. We all killed ourselves.
Yeah, we're still podcasting.
Somebody.
Adam.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't do anything. I don't think God would send me to hell for like fucking my hot coworkers. So, you know.
No.
But rape maybe would be.
Yeah.
I don't think that would be on my agenda. you
Yeah.
know? I don't think that's on the docket.
Yeah, it's tough to
Stealing?
explain.
Sure, I've already done that.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking about traveling. I want to travel.
yeah, I'd rather travel than rape, personally. Oh, okay, interesting.
That might be a me thing.
You're one of those guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got mine laid out for me. I would have to schedule. I'd have to see when the flights are. You're right. I probably couldn't squeeze in all the sentimental visits that I wanted. But if I could do girlfriend, home, Norway, I'd be happy.
Yeah.
If I can squeeze in the visits over there, all the better.
Pussy. You know what? Maybe I would combine my party with my stand-up set. 3 hours together at the end. A couple friends open for me. I do an hour for the last.
You die
time.
on stage? That would be my alternative.
That would be a cool special.
Yeah.
Maybe I could make it a special.
Yeah, that
Called
might be the
24 hours
alternative.
to
If
live.
I know for sure I can't make
The
it,
feature goes
24 hours
long.
to die.
Yeah.
I might do 23 hours literally at minute 59 of hour 23.
Yeah.
Coming up next, it's Eric Emerson, and I just go on stage.
That's honestly pretty badass.
Yeah.
That's honestly pretty badass. I think that might be the move. Yeah, have a big ass fucking meal before, take a bunch of coke and write my note. Probably try to meditate a little bit, see what God's got to say to me that day. That's
the
it.
strip
Yeah, a little
club.
bit of hedonism, a little bit
Yeah.
of social connection, a little bit of artistic masturbation, and then I'm off to the races.
I almost wouldn't want anybody to fuck me at 24 hours before I die.
I would say the N-word on stage. I have a feeling
Yeah.
I could get away with it, and this is the only time.
You
to test
literally
it.
could get away with
Yeah,
it. You'll
I
be
think
dead.
I could. I think I. Except it's just me shouting it at the last 10 seconds of my life.
All right, guys, what do I want to get out of here on?
yeah. Before my black friends can come off stage, I'm dying. I'm dying. Just fall.
Jeff
over
has to
dead.
get you off stage.
yeah.
All right, guys. Hey, that was your headliner.
Yeah. All right. Hey, just want everyone to know that he cheated on Jordan, and he didn't last long.
That's funny.
I would probably try to get someone pregnant.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
get-
Oh, that's actually true.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I wouldn't want hedonism. This is true. I would probably go to my girlfriend and I would say, I want to leave a child in the world.
Yeah.
Are you in a place where you feel like you could do that? My parents would probably help raise it. You don't have to like slow your life down. You could be the mom. And if she goes no, I would be like, all right, I'm going to try and find somebody.
That's exactly right, because my girlfriend's on birth control, so that's how I get out of it. Except that she's like, why don't you just come in a cup and I'll do it later? It's like,
24 hours.
oh, I don't know if you're going to do that. So.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Can't freeze it.
I want the
gotta go
experience
fuck
of looking
my-
in somebody's eyes. And
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
one or two girls where I would be like, I would hit them up and be like, it's
Yeah.
24 hours. Do you remember that night we had
Yeah.
in, actually there's 3 or 4
Look,
girls.
don't ask
There's
any questions.
400
It's like, I
girls.
got a lot to explain. I got 24 hours to live.
Yeah, you're like,
Basically,
I want a kid. You don't have to raise it. Give it to my girlfriend. She just can't stop her career.
Yeah.
I want to line up a couple. Yeah, there's a few people where I'd be like, I just want to get a baby out in the world.
Yeah, and it'd
It's
be like-
important to me.
And they're like, yes, absolutely.
And I'd be like,
you
you
have
have an
24
eating
hours to
disorder,
live.
the baby will die anyways.
Here's a big caveat for the question is, do other people believe you, or is it just me? Because if it's just me and I know I'm not going to be able to convince people, I might not even see the girlfriend.
Yeah. I mean, that is...
If she's going to be like, you're crazy,
no,
stop,
yeah,
you're freaking out, you'll feel better tomorrow.
No, that's the thing is within 5 minutes you got a thing that convinces them.
If I can't
Yeah.
convince people, then I'm taking the whole fucking day to myself.
Yeah, if I can't convince people, she thinks I just Turnip and Stone to oblivion.
Yeah.
She's like,
Yeah.
are you coming home? And I'm like, sorry,
Yeah, I definitely don't want to deal with an annoying conversation.
yeah. Then I definitely got time.
Yeah, can you clean
Then
the
I'm going
bathroom?
over to Norway right now. Borderline enough time at the lake that I'm checking my watch. Like, do I have time to go back down and get a sandwich
That's
and make it back up the mountain?
I definitely bring my dog with me. My dog... Well, maybe not... Yeah, I'd bring a dog with me as long as someone was there to grab her when I died. Definitely walk the dog, hang out with the dog.
Yeah.
That's my guy. Yeah.
Might get an M&M McFlurry at some point. In the
Really
day.
try to
For
make
sure.
that threesome better. Yeah. Really try to work on my craft.
What would be last meal, appetizer, main course, dessert, last meal on earth?
Ooh, I'm having... Okay, my entree is going to be...
Sorry, if we're gonna do a 3-hour podcast, I gotta stop trying so hard.
Okay, I'm having a nice small steak and mashed potatoes
Where
and
from?
gravy.
Is there like a steak in mind, or just you source any good steak with?
Source any good steak,
Okay.
have someone good make it for me.
Yeah.
And then a great fettuccine alfredo.
What was your appetizer? I missed it.
I don't know the appetizer. I mean, mashed potatoes would be on the side. Maybe
Yeah.
some Brussels. Maybe
Let's
some
do
Brussels
app,
sprouts and
main
bacon.
course with a side and a dessert.
I don't know what I would do for app. What would you guys do?
I'm saying you could be any. Would you open it up with the steak potato dinner?
Oh no, that's
Like, what are you opening it up
that's
with?
At
We
the
could call
end.
it an
That's
app.
at the
We
I'm
can
end.
call
opening it up with Toom Ka chicken soup from Sushi Thai in Cary, North Carolina.
Nice.
Coconut broth soup with mushrooms and shredded chicken in there, or like strips of chicken.
Maybe I'd have
it's
my
gorgeous.
grandma's pea soup. You know, it's got
Yeah.
ham hock in it, ham chunks. That'd be pretty sick.
I'm definitely going. If we can summon any meal from any course, like reach back into history and pull out, I'm doing the
Anything.
main course is pulled pork barbecue from growing up at the beach, North Carolina.
Beach.
My
BBQ.
grandfather's friend his next door neighbor would drive a smoker up to the beach house, Mr. Barnes, and he'd get a full pig, smoke it the whole day, and we'd all eat it at night.
That's the thing
Oh,
is
yeah.
like I might want to start something in the morning. Ice down the beers, get something on a smoker.
Yeah.
Have somebody being like, keep an eye on this because at 8 p.m. we're gonna
Yeah.
fucking tear this thing
Dessert:
up.
raspberry rhubarb pie from Byerly's. Nick would know. It's Minnesota brand. Raspberry rhubarb pie for sure. Oh,
I would do, might be Thanksgiving pumpkin pie with whipped cream.
Not
okay.
bad. I think I would do cake.
Yeah?
Kind of cake.
Cake and ice cream, straight up.
Yes.
Like this bakery by my
Like
house.
a 4th of July
Federhofer's.
Yeah.
style scoop of ice cream with a cake on the side.
What's the drink? I'm thinking maybe just black coffee.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Espresso. Maybe.
I'm having a cup of espresso as I finish the last bite of dessert because I love an espresso after a big
oh,
meal
Yeah. Oh yeah.
at a fancy restaurant. For some reason, it doesn't feel like it's even got caffeine in it.
and then a cigarette. Nice clove
a
cigarette.
cig
Yeah,
after,
right after
close
that.
it out.
Right after.
I've never
that.
been a smoker, so I probably wouldn't start at
It would
the
be
end.
a bad choice. It would be a bad because it's just gross. What are cigars? You ever do cigars? Some people
No,
like cigars
everything.
casually.
I got acid reflux, so literally
Oh,
anything
yeah. Oh, yeah.
irritates the throat.
Yeah.
Smoke is generally not good.
Yeah,
Not good.
You missed it yesterday when we were hanging out. Matthew Mitchell brought cigars.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Do you want a cigar?" And I go, "No, it fucks with my throat." He goes, "If it's touching your throat, you're not smoking it right." And I was like, "It doesn't matter if
Yeah.
if you're not inhaling. It's still the smoke touches."
Oh.
And he goes, I think you're all wrong." And I go, "Don't people who smoke pipes and cigars get throat cancer?" Because they get mouth cancer at the very back of the mouth.
So stupid. Yes, they get throat cancer. Yeah.
That's funny.
He was being silly, but it was, yeah.
Yeah. I thought he meant that you were putting the cigar so deep in your mouth it was tickling the back of your
That's
throat.
funny.
Yeah.
Man, I almost want to only have 24
I
hours
want to
left.
die. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I'm gonna go home and
This
die.
question, because it makes you think of all the sentimental stuff that you would do.
And really, in this seemingly abandoned cafe, it does sort of seem like the apocalypse, and this is where the way
That's
we're
what I was
spending
the
gonna
it.
camera
say.
turns and there's just zombies.
Yeah, I'd
up
be
against the
ready.
glass.
I'd be ready. I'd eat all those muffins, you know.
This wouldn't be a bad, like, into the world. You know what I mean? You're just watching. If you were just, you could hear the bomb start to come, and I just go, I'm like, I think there's some cold brew in there. I'll pour.
Maybe we could. Okay, slight deviation. The apocalypse starts in 24 hours. Where are you going? What are you
That's
doing?
a great question.
That's way different.
Yeah.
That's
I'm going back to
entirely
my
different.
place, loading up all the gear because I got some gear.
And do we
And
know?
only you know.
Do
Only
we
you
know it's happening?
Yes.
Like this.
What
is
kind
it.
of apocalypse? Zombie, nuclear.
We're gonna say. How about this? The entire electrical grid is gonna go down
Okay. EMP.
permanently.
I'm going back to the suburb of North Carolina because I like, and it's the electrical grid itself shuts in 24 hours.
Yeah, it's gonna completely. There's gonna be a solar flare. It's gonna knock everything out. It's never gonna come back. Everything's gone. All your credit card and everything. Fridges aren't working. Nothing. Everything.
Yeah,
You just go to look at your phone. It's blank.
yeah.
Your
There's no
phone's
power.
gonna die. No cell
Um,
towers. No, everything's fried. Every wire. Which could happen at any time, by the way. Solar
They-
flares.
I heard.
Anytime.
I heard a crazy.
You wrap your phone in aluminum, it'll survive, according to a YouTube short I watched. Although I guess
And
none
then
of the
for what
technology
reason?
will. Yeah.
The towers
Well,
are
I guess to
fried.
keep all your pictures safe. If
But
got
do you
any-
Yeah,
think?
those nudes you got from
Yeah.
your girlfriend when you were 18? Yeah.
Do you think it will descend into chaos because of a solar flare or an EMP, or do you think
Chicago will. That's
like-
why I'm
yeah.
going to North Carolina.
do you think though there's enough like redundancies in the line that they could fire up generators and have station like to where it'd be like it's fucked up, but you're like okay it's kind of like the pandemic where
But-
we're all like we're all gonna die.
But the solar flare zaps the generators, too. You
Anything
know,
with
they're all
electricals.
busted in this
Really?
situation. Yeah.
For this hypothetical.
For this
at least.
hypothetical,
Yeah,
at
yeah.
Okay,
least. It's such a
hypothetical.
mighty solar flare. Everything.
Everything's
Every
gone.
electronic, every battery is fried.
I think
There's no generators.
I go pack up my. Yeah, well, a flight might be more efficient. I don't know. I got.
Yeah, one flight left, pretty much.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there's got to be something.
Plus you can't get how could you in God's name would you get on an airplane? Everything's
Well, no, we say we have 24-hour head start.
Yeah.
is the
and
question.
No one
Yeah,
else
yeah.
knows. No one else
24-hour head
Yeah.
start.
Yeah, yeah.
I
it-
get
yeah.
my girlfriend. Is she gonna believe me? Is it like the other thing where they'll magically believe you if you tell them, or do you?
No, you got to convince her.
Okay,
You know, maybe.
I'm gonna go to my girlfriend and I'm gonna say, "This is my. I'm pulling all my trump cards." I'm like,
We're going to the rally.
"We're going. Get on the flight."
Yeah.
I'm going. I have a feeling, or I know for some reason something's.
be a bad night.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna say if you want to get your family, now's the chance. But
Yeah.
we are going out of Chicago,
Yeah.
and there's probably I'm gonna give her an hour and a half, whatever. And
To get her shit together to get ready.
no, like to believe
Convince
me.
her. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And if she's like, I can't do it, work, I got my job, I'm going to be like, here's where I'm going with my family. Here's a map.
Yep.
Here's a weapon. Here's a map. Here's all the food in the apartment. When this starts happening, I want you to just, at the very least, be on the south edge of Chicago, work from a cafe down there, have your family with you. Here's the map and everything. Please try and find me. I give myself a 2-hour, 3-hour minimum to leave Chicago. It's 12 hours to North Carolina, 13 with gas.
Yep.
I get there to the family, same thing. I go, everything's about to fucking start falling apart. I would like to get maybe even to the coast.
Yeah.
And if they don't want to, I'm okay starting the apocalypse in the suburb because I think things like my family is friends with the neighbors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not a heavily populated area. Things could get there's guns. People have guns and stuff down there. It could get rowdy quick. So it's not necessarily ideal.
Yeah.
But there's deer, There's relationships. There's fish in the lake.
I just thought of like deer and relationships.
There's fucking deer.
There's deer. There's some hot deer.
Yeah.
There's some hot deer who are down to party.
Some deer who look like stingrays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
If I can get them to go with me down to the beach, even better. Because then you got fishing. You got
Yeah, that's what I
inland
wanted to say. Is
streams.
interesting. Why do you want to go to the coast?
low population, sustainable resources.
Yeah. Okay. I'd probably go
There's
to northern
also
Minnesota. Yeah.
there's limited access points. Boats complicate things, obviously, but like if you blew up the bridges or if you put guards on the bridges, you can regulate who can drive in and out of the island.
Oh, it's an island.
It's an island with the sound, so people could take a boat across or whatever, but like you've really limited the amount of whatever, and as long as I can go inland to get fresh water, bring it, boil it, and then we can fish on the coast.
Yeah.
It's like we've sort of, it's going to be hot, it's going to be uncomfortable. We might talk about other moves after, but I think you could kind of pull off a year or two if you don't get infected. You have place to shit. I just think it's
Yeah, because you're
a
trying to buy
controlled
time.
environment. Yeah.
Could also in 24 hours stockpile a shit ton of food because there isn't going to be a rush.
Yes.
I think I would
Great
try
point.
if I could convince my cousin. My cousin has a cottage in the middle of the Cairngorm National Park in Scotland, in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Holy
There's some
cow.
locks nearby, some lakes.
That's huge.
If I could convince him, because I'm also thinking I don't know how to do anything.
Yeah.
I need someone who knows how to do shit.
Part of your stockpiling should also be like Army Ranger handbook. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like
First aid.
downloading like survival videos onto like
Yeah.
flash drives or
Man,
something
that would be freaky because
Yeah.
you'd be panicking.
Yeah.
Yeah. The nervousness of that would be
Yeah,
intense.
you need to hit the library probably.
I might just go to the lake in Norway and
Yeah.
cut my wrist.
Yeah, it's the same plan.
Right.
Yeah, it might be same plan.
Yeah.
But I think a house in Scotland is pretty fucking.
Yeah, in the middle. I mean, there's not a shit ton of animals over there, but if I could get food.
Nice thing about Britain, you're almost never more than like. What was the video I watched? I don't remember. You're almost never out of walking distance of a navigable waterway.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
if you had to walk to a river and take the river down to the ocean and
Yeah.
fish or whatever, you're in that world. Scotland's not quite as river laden, but you know what I mean? It's a similar.
It's got some lakes and stuff, locks. And then just need food. I just don't want to be by people because they're going to start eating you and killing you right away.
Yeah.
So I think that would be the farmers have guns, but maybe that would I think a rural situation would be way better. I think everyone's going to be able to survive better, so they won't
They're
try
not as
to raid
desperate.
you, maybe.
Yeah.
And they'll be far away.
Yeah.
In a city, Chicago, what a nightmare.
Yeah.
It'll just take more time, and it'll eventually get out there, though.
Yeah.
If you think people are fucking looting and stealing.
Yeah, but it won't get out there, and like most of the people will die in the cities.
Here's the interesting
So
thing
the people
that I
who
heard.
make it out further will be weakened. They'll be low on ammo. They'll be low on energy, calories. By the time they get to you, you'll have a if you've played your card right, you're in a defensible position. You're well rested. You're well eaten. You're well armed. They're coming out. They're leaving a battle.
Welcome to Turnip and Stone Advice Podcast. Realistic in situations.
We've abandoned advice and comedy long ago. Now we just are,
now we're
just
gripping our
three
seat.
people yearning for death and
Having
planning
group
a
schizophrenia.
We're just seeing how deep we can go here.
Yeah.
I say this is one of the most interesting takes I heard from Apocalypse Talk of survival is that the guy goes, it was like a CIA guy. And he's like, what the guy asked him, like, what he would do. What's his plan? And he's like, I'd probably go to Europe.
Yeah.
Which I was like, that's fucking kind of weird. And he's like, the time that it takes for like their infrastructure to degenerate entirely and deplete the resources of the city, it's so much older
Yeah.
that there's so much more shit.
You know what I saw
So
today?
that he was like, in 40 years, like, you'll still be able to find penicillin and shit. or whatever.
Yeah.
It was something along those lines, and I'm like, that's
Interesting.
wild. Like,
Yeah.
the ability for them to like,
Well,
because
yeah,
the
if
shit
you-
isn't going to be running.
If you're going to go back in time 200 years, you would much rather probably be in Europe than in America.
That's and he's
You know what I
saying,
mean?
yeah, he's like
Yeah.
a third world country has no development of these like sophisticated.
Things to collect, like, yeah,
To survive.
Africa, parts of Africa after a solar flare aren't that there. You know what I mean? Like, you're not dealing with the collapse. The infrastructures are to survive without technology is already there.
Yeah, if you were just in Papua New Guinea,
Yeah.
like nothing would have changed.
I saw, I think it was today, Switzerland can fit 114% of its population, not only its population, but an additional 14% in nuclear bunkers in the event of a
Whoa.
nuclear war.
14%.
Switzerland, fascinating. This is almost a different podcast. We might be out of video. But Switzerland is fascinating because they've been neutral for so long, and they have a wild history of independence and self-defense because they're surrounded on
By
all sides by
mountains.
mountains. The I think right now it's like 4 or 8 targeted detonations would render Switzerland impenetrable by anything other than air attack.
That's crazy.
So they
Yeah.
could blow up 8 bridges and 8 roads or whatever, and then the only way in would be to fly. So they're like, you can't invade them because if they blew up those roads, if you wanted to put tanks on the ground, you'd have to fly the tanks in, which
Fuck.
is such a
Maybe
time-consuming.
Switzerland's the move.
Yeah. And they have nuclear bunkers enough for more than their population. So if they found out that the bombs are going to drop tomorrow, they would ring the siren. Everybody would just get the notification
money,
to go
dude.
near the nearest bunker.
That's crazy.
All the citizens are, I think, required to join the reserves, which means training on a modern firearm. You have to keep the firearm in your house, but the ammunition is controlled by the government. So to shoot it, you have to go to a store. I don't know if that's good or not. But anyway, like, that would be well regulated. I mean, it might be a little dystopian,
Yeah.
but in terms of like being in a safe place where the
It's
people know what's up,
surviving.
yeah, that might be the move.
Just fucking take a one way.
Yeah, get anybody who will listen one way to Switzerland. Get there and buy all the canned goods you can once you land.
That's interesting. Switzerland, honestly, yeah. As long as Switzerland internally
Holds up.
holds up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun fact: because people were used to the Alps, kind of the way people in Denver have acclimated to living in a mile up or whatever. The people who tried invading Switzerland kept getting decimated because these guys would ambush and then be able to run
Into the mountains.
away. The Italians and the French and people who tried to fuck with them would get pushed, literally like pushed into the lake, and then the people would run.
Well,
Whatever, they were just Swiss pikemen were famous for
Mountain men?
fighting in pikes are like extra long spears. They're like 15 feet long, and for a pike to work, you have to fight in a really cohesive formation, because if you're just by yourself, it's very cumbersome. But if you're in a big group of people where everyone knows their role, it's incredibly effective. And
Well, you're
Swiss
talking like
pikemen were like
1400s.
a little
medieval?
bit, yeah, 14 to 16, 1700, whatever.
They're just cutting and stabbing back
the
then.
the Swiss pikemen were like some of the best mercenaries you could get.
Mercenaries are sick,
the
dude.
zombie
Yeah.
apocalypse. Eric just saw a YouTube video. Just got a big fucking pike.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm in like lacy pants and a giant feathered cap, and I'm like, guys,
I
we're going.
welcome chaos.
Avast.
Bring it on. I'm trying to check a pike.
Yeah.
I'm going to no. I'm
You
going
don't need to know
Switzerland.
what it's about.
You don't need to know what. No, we
I'm
can't.
not paying $50. It fits under the seat. I know it fits under the seat.
I'm giving them like $50 to check this. Good. Enjoy using that in 24 hours. Have fun. Have fun with that. So let's see who wins, pike or $50 bill when the power grid's down.
We're gonna eat this, you idiots.
Yeah.
I might rent the biggest U-Haul I could find
Yeah.
Yeah.
and just fucking load that thing up.
I might go RV. If I can't
Yeah.
get to Switzerland, I might rent an RV.
But then can't move. I mean, unless you get horses. Could
No,
do
but
that.
I mean, like, just in terms of like, just drive from here to like the least populated part of
With a
Ohio
bunch
or
of
Michigan
ships.
or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Go to like a lake. Because even if I go, like my girlfriend's family has a lake house. So one
Okay.
thing I could do would be rent an RV, pack it full of all the shit I can, drive it up, park it just outside of the lake house, blocking the road. And now
Yeah.
it's like I have a little compound where it's like, if let's say I try and make a fire in the house and something goes wrong, the house burns down, I have an RV.
God, castles are going to be such a hot commodity. Maybe that's why I
Yeah.
should go to Scotland. If I could get a fucking castle, dude.
It's turning into like we're
Piked
basically
up.
going back to it'll be like feudalism, like really rich
Oh, it
guys
would
with
be.
private
It would be
military.
for a
Yeah,
while.
but
It'd be the Dark
here's the
Ages.
problem: guns
Mhm.
confuse things a lot. I guess in Europe you don't have to worry. They're regular. Well, no, because the army's over there. Never mind.
But even with a castle, like they're built for like archers and stuff. You could hide
Yeah, but
behind it.
if it's just you, let's
If
run
it's
this.
just me,
Let's run
yeah.
this scenario.
Yeah.
Even you and let's say we all know we all get our girls,
yeah,
and we all go to start a small sex cult
nice.
in a Swiss castle somewhere.
Nice.
The castle will do us very little good if the Swiss military
Doesn't allow it.
still holds up.
Oh, if there was a military against us, then yes. Yeah.
Well, it's not really against us. It's just that like the problem with this is that guns don't require electronics, so they'll all still work,
Yeah.
and the guns are owned by the military,
Yeah.
and so there's a chance that you go to Europe and it becomes very dystopian because the government, if they have a contingency plan in place, now you have a very well-armed, well-organized group, and the people have
Right.
have a
Subservient to that.
yes,
Yeah.
Now it could play out really well because European countries are generally more like the culture is more on the same page than America.
Yeah.
And so it could be like the government's like, hey, we're all gonna work together towards the common goal. You know what I mean? It's an old joke I tried about like people would complain about like why can't the U.S. be like Switzerland or not Switzerland, Sweden?
Yeah.
They're like it's a socialist utopia, and you're like, yeah, but you know how easy it is to get 13 white guys on the same page about something. You know what I mean? Like there's no, they're all one religion, they're all one race, they're all one diet, they're all one culture.
Yeah.
It's very
yeah.
easy for that to
Yeah,
run.
they're not two people from across the fucking globe with different religions.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
So it's almost a false example or whatever to be like, why
Interesting,
can't we be
yeah.
more like them? You're like, because they've been doing this for a long
Because
time.
they're all like them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to divvy up a caribou between 13 identical people. It's
Yeah.
not that tough compared to what it could be.
Yeah, I'd be dead in a minute. Well, if it was in the future, one of my friends, one of my ex-girlfriends, is trying to like start this little compound somewhere, and she's made like a school bus she can live on, and she's gotten really into Earth ships. So many people are full of
Yeah.
shit, but she's eventually gonna make this compound.
Yeah.
And if that was around at that point, then I would for sure go there.
I might rent, speaking of Earth ships, because I've heard of those
Yeah.
on Airbnb. Have you heard of Earth ships?
Yeah, my brother got me way into those. dude.
Yeah.
They're so cool.
They're
They
like,
are.
just for the listeners, if this all comes out,
Yeah, yeah.
the Earth ship, correct me if I'm wrong, is like architecture built very intentionally to use the Earth to regulate without the need for like electric and you know what I mean, like
Yeah, it's incredibly efficient, like a couple solar panels and like all the architecture is designed so it can be farmed, the water runs a certain way, and it's made out of recycled material. So it's just basically incredibly efficient.
yeah. I might, if the grid's going down, rent one of those that's within driving distance
That's
on Airbnb
interesting.
because I know that it's going to shut down. They're not going to be able to reclaim it.
Yeah.
I might go to like a New Mexico
That's smart. That's
Earth
smart.
one. The problem would be you'd have to find one that's like a lot of them are in
You
deserts.
find one in Taos or something.
Yeah.
yeah, you'd want to find one that's close to a fresh water source.
Yeah.
fucking-
That's smart. That's
Yeah.
actually very smart.
You could probably drive there. And
Because I'm going to say, this might be petty of me, one of my biggest complaints post-apocalypse would be lack of air conditioning. So a place that naturally keeps itself like under 79 degrees.
Have you seen how they make those?
Yeah. I've
They-
seen some that are like tires filled with
They
sandbags.
Yeah.
ram tires.
Bottles.
They ram it with sledgehammers,
Yeah.
and they pack it, and they use mass earth.
Yeah.
So like it's like when you go in a basement, and it's constant temperature from
Mass earth is Spanish for just more earth.
which is
How much
Spanish
earth?
for
Mass
more
earth.
Mass earth. And then they have like tunnels that run through the dirt and shit.
Yeah.
But like an earth home is one of the best ways that you could regulate heat.
Yeah,
Like build it in the side of a fucking.
Could I get to
They're
New
sick.
Zealand in 24 hours?
Yes.
No, that's probably a 20-something plus hour flight.
Well, it takes from Minnesota to Japan. I think that's a 14-hour flight. Right? So to Australia.
Australia is like
'Cause-
20-something hours, I think.
Yeah, I might try to get to New Zealand because that's a pretty
That would be good, yeah.
naturally rich area with a low population. I would do. Here's what I could
Also,
get to.
they really trust their government, so I think they would probably not fuck up. And
Yes.
They would be fine.
Faroe Islands.
Yeah, I was gonna say like if you
Iceland.
went to an island,
Yeah.
but you know,
Yeah, you would barely have time. 18 and a half to like 21 hours.
I would do Faroe Islands, I think.
Okay.
Or Iceland. The winters would suck, but the people there have been living with that without power since longer than the country's been around.
Yeah, he's put on a big shirt.
So, like, they have, the turf-roofed huts and stuff like that. Those places are going to be not accessible by boat post-apocalypse when people don't have navigation, they don't have power. Like, it's going to, until people build long ships again, people will get there. So that might be a good place to post up and be like, you guys know what you're dealing. You guys already kind of know what you're doing out here. I'm just along for the ride. I might do that. I like the Faroe Islands. It's one of the places I went.
Where are they again?
They are sailing west of Norway, north of Scotland.
Okay. Yeah,
like
yeah,
very
yeah.
remote. They look like Iceland. They're just less populated.
Yeah, my cousin used to live in the Shetland Isles.
Another great. Yeah.
Which would, I mean, if you could get enough food.
Fishing. You just be
Yeah,
eating fish
fishing.
all
Yeah,
the time.
yeah. I feel
Faroe
pretty
Islands would be
prepared.
all sheep and all fish.
Hey,
Same with Iceland.
as long as I can catch me a cute little stingray, I don't give a fuck. Daddy's happy.
There we go.
Couple mommies, couple stings.
Should we end on that?
what's that?
Yeah. Let's end on
10:14. That's a record-breaking
Yeah.
podcast.
How long?
that. 2.5 hours.
Yeah. Between 2 and 2.5 hours.
2:38.
2:38.
So we started recording almost 3 hours ago. Yeah, 2:38.
Fucking
So that's 3
Hey.
podcasts, folks.
yeah. Hey, guys, thanks for coming out to the Turnip and Stone podcast. Give it up for Steve. Give it up for Harry producing the hell out of the thing.
Good for Nick,
And,
who was here an
Nick
hour
Cartwright,
ago.
follow
Give it up
him.
for Sonia Bjork.
Sonia Bjork.
Nice.
All right, guys. Peace, love. See you at the next one.
All right.
Bye-bye. Hey, wait, Harry, you got anything to plug?
I do. Harry _VJJ on Instagram, and then deadparentsclub.rip for my podcast, a comedy grief podcast.
Steve, anything you want to mention?
Turnip and Stone, go Cardinals.
Turnip and Stone, there we go. Let's go, Canes.
Let's go.